Hey guys, this is Callum from English Shooting and welcome back to the channel and the Bluefield Sports gun room. We are going to be working on a gun today, but it's not a live fire gun, and I'm not actually going to be working on it because I know knob all about action air or airsoft guns, and that's why I have Connors, who knows quite a bit more. This is my my Glock, what I use for action air competitions and just general, say, dry fire training for full bore handgun. Yes, you can train with an action air for full bore, isn't that so?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone seems to want to call shenanigans on that one. But what we're going to be fitting is a new trigger, because you can see I'm sort of going for the Terran Tactical gold and black look, and we picked up, what was it called?
APS.
It's the APS Conception. Compromise is not an option. That sounds familiar. But this is going to be the new trigger. So I love gold. The only other thing, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do this today, is this does have an inbuilt safety, and due to IPSC rules, if you have a safety, you have to apply it, which would actually make me slower. So we're going to try and disable that so that I don't have to apply that in competition. We've got the standard sort of Glock safety in there, and we're going to hopefully get that one in there. Is that how you do it, Connors?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that, just like that, done.
Wait, you need
Finish.
a hammer.
You need a hammer?
Need a hammer.
No. So anyway, I'm going to sort of just take a back seat and film this one. Connors, as again, has fitted a fair few of these, so he should know what he's doing.
Fingers crossed, eh?
Fingers crossed, yeah. So why don't you talk through what we need to do, and we'll get on with it.
Cool. So super interesting thing on the rules, and we're actually going to need to check up on this before we remove this safety. Because there is no blade safety on here, do you need some sort of safety device in the first place, or if, you know?
So you might actually make my gun illegal for action air.
Yeah.
Oh joy.
Yeah. I need to find a hole where it doesn't slide around when I hit it.
Really, you're just trying to knock it straight through.
Yeah, well, get the head out far enough that I can then use my favourite tools in the world on it.
Got it?
Yeah.
You see the main red button has been removed, so that's what was in it, and that's what you would have to apply. Let's get it down on there. So yeah, you would have to apply that if it was fitted. Safety has to be applied in the start. It's part of the reason that I like Glocks and PPQs, because, well, the safety is usually that blade, that little protruding blade there, which means you don't have to worry about flicking anything off at the start. You just start shooting. So for simpletons, it's very convenient.
There's a handy little bag for your ball bearing, your detent, your pin, and your safety.
Oh, fantastic service! I might even tip. So this is, well, for full bore handguns. Certainly, the CZ Shadow is one of the popular. But can you see the safety there on the side, which doesn't want to apply for some reason? How do you get that to apply? Can you tell that I'm not familiar with there we go. So obviously you'd have to draw it, flick that down, and then start shooting. But with the Glock, again, we've got another one, you don't have to. No safety, just get straight on it. And then even with the 1911, I actually find where you have to train yourself to ride the safety as you're shooting it. But again, you just have to remember, bring it out, flick it down to be able to shoot. But again, that's why I like the PPQ. We've got it up here as well. I don't know if you're going to see it while it's on the wall, but it has that blade in there as well, which makes it really fast for getting on from the start. Let's see how Connors is getting on. You're about to strip it down, I'm guessing.
Yep.
So there goes the slide on it. You're going to have to strip down all the innards to be able to get the trigger in there. So it's all that mechanism there. So that's what we need to remove. well, I say we, Connors needs to remove. A point to remember when you're working on them, never drop the hammer with the slide off. We've had it even with the PPQ as well, the 2.2 version LBP. It doesn't go well. So it's a very appropriate t-shirt Connors is wearing. It's actually partially covered by the beard. Very complicated, these things. Right, there's the original trigger out. And there's the gold one going in.
So when you find out it doesn't fit.
Oh, no, not a spring.
I know exactly where it came from.
So another reason that I want to get rid of this one is that obviously that safety is operational, and I always feel there's a slight catchiness with them. So you've got to almost like if you catch it at the wrong angle, it will like slightly snag, and it doesn't make it feel necessarily the smoothest trigger out there. And I'm hoping where obviously the safety in that one has been removed and it doesn't have that blade, it should be a much cleaner feel. But again, even if it doesn't, it looks pretty.
And that's all that matters, right?
Absolutely. You're guaranteed to go faster if you have a pretty gun. And this is why I don't like action air guns, because there's just so many little springs and pins and all sorts.
It's not hard when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm doing. So this is exactly why I didn't want to do it myself, because there were just so many little springs, pins, and all sorts of components, linkages that you need to get all perfectly in place before it will all drop in and then work. You can probably get everything in, it's just about actually getting the thing to work. So we managed to get it in after a bit of fiddling, I'd imagine.
Yep.
Would you want to do this again?
Done it before.
Oh, and it's going back together.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work?
Doesn't work.
Oh! The trial and tribulations. What seems to be the issue?
Doesn't fit.
So it's just not compatible. So that trigger obviously needs some slight modifications to work with this gun. This is always the joy of buying upgrade parts, but I'm going to pause for now. Connors is going to have a little bit of a tinker. I'm going to come back and see if he can get that working and see what the improvement is. The wizard has got it working after a little bit of filing. So, bit of consumer advice, the APS upgrade trigger with the Armourer Works slide isn't fully compatible. So it does require tweaking.
I think a lot of stuff in the action air world requires tweaking when you fit it anyway. This isn't like anything that's unique to this gun or this setup.
Well, you've talked to Clarence from Airsoft Surgeon.
He hand fits almost every part that goes in his guns,
and that's it. I mean,
and this is no Airsoft Surgeon.
Yeah, you've got a different slide with a different frame with different components, internal components now. So they do take a bit of fettling, but if I rack that, it is working, and it's a much cleaner break than the last one.
So it's it actually feels different as well.
Yeah. So that's pretty much done, but Connors has recommended that we put an over travel stop in it just to improve the trigger just that little bit more. We're going to leave that for another video. So this is actually going to become a little bit of a project. I got it back in Christmas, very kind present from Alex and Connors, getting me the slide and the lower, or the frame. So yeah, I'm going to go and shoot it now and give it a full test, and then there'll be another video at some point to put that over travel stop in and just hone it in a little bit more. Did you see that?
No, didn't see anything.
You made it full auto!
Maybe the trigger's a little too light.
Upgrade done on the trigger there, really happy with it. It's a lot crisper. Did have a little bit of full auto fire to begin with, but that might be it breaking in. Did it on the first mag, but every other mag so far has been all right. So again, big thanks to Connors for fitting my new gold trigger. But thanks guys for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Go and try upgrading your gun yourself. You only need a file and a bit of patience and a little bit of swearing. But if you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed for future videos. And as always guys, hope to see you soon.